Hey everybody, it's Jim Winkler. I'm gonna put out a message here on Autoship, and I'm gonna tell you why I think it is one of the absolute most important things every unfranchised owner should do. In fact, I would never start a new unfranchised owner without being on Autoship. And in my 29 years of being in the business, I've never not been on Autoship. That's how important I think it is. It's a no-brainer. It protects you to make sure you meet your monthly minimum requirements with the company. And you know, those monthly minimum requirements have just changed recently. Now that we do no longer have the IBV program, I want you to remember it's 60 BV if you have not earned your first commission check. It's 120 if you've earned your first $300 check but have not earned all the way up to 1,500 yet. And then once you've earned $1,500 in commissions, it goes up to 180 BV per month. It's set up beautiful because when someone's new, they're trying to figure out what to use. As they start making money, they're retailing more, they're using more. And of course, by the time they hit executive coordinator, they're using a lot of products and retailing a lot. And it never goes any higher than the 180 a month, no matter how much you make, no matter how many businesses you have. However, I will tell you, in preparation for the updates that are going on with the IBV going to BV in the system and making sure everybody had 60, 120, 180. I went online and there's a report called your Autoship report. And I was fascinated by the report and happy to find it. I mean, it's amazing the company provides us. And I was sadly disappointed as I looked at it that I saw some people who are making great money who are not on Autoship. And here's what I'm going to tell you. You are one mistake away from losing all your volume if you're not on Autoship. You know, I could understand that maybe 20 years ago when Autoship was hard to change and you had to mail things in. But now, if you want different products in a month, you go in and you just change what's on your Autoship. Lisa and I keep it pretty steady. We try to do what we use on a monthly basis. That way, we're not fooling around with it a whole lot or doing things like that. But it is so important to have your Autoship set up correctly and to make sure you are on it because you got to duplicate that within your team as well. I cannot imagine after just what I've done the last 2 days trying to manage a team of people not on Autoship. It would be an absolute nightmare. And if you want to build fast, you want to have duplicatable systems. That's what allows you to scale. So Autoship is so important. With all that being said, and you know, Jim going on his mission here to get everybody on Autoship that's listening to this, I want to share with you a couple things. I want to share my screen with you, and I want to show you this Autoship report. So in this case, I just went in and I picked, okay, my left side, right? And what you can see on here is you can see names. You can see whether they're on Autoship. You can see, is there auto accrual protection on? That's really important because remember what accrual protection is on Autoship. It says, okay, let's say mine is 180, which it is, and I have 180 on there, but a product gets discontinued. Well, if that product gets discontinued and I forget to change it, if I don't have accrual protection, then I'll be below the 180 and I'd have the possibility of flushing my volume and losing that volume. So what I always tell everybody, accrual protection is free. It doesn't cost a penny. It's like getting free life insurance, but it's free business insurance to make sure you do it right. So everybody should have that checked. UFMS, of course, our unfranchised management system, $22 a month, I call it $5.50 a week to make sure you can access every report in the world. And importantly, it allows you to accrue volume. Then you move over and you can see, okay, it says BV and IBV in the future. It's only going to say BV. But in this case, you'll see it says, okay, they have 190 BV on their Autoship. Great. That's awesome. Then you see their minimum is 150. Then it shows their how much current personal volume they've done. They've done way over the 150 or what'll be 180 they'll need, and their end of the month Q date. So you can look at it. This is a tremendous, tremendous report. Many of you have gotten texts or gotten calls from me, and I've been reaching out to people and saying, hey, you got to, and it's great. You guys have been so cool about it. Yeah, I'll get that going. But Some of you I've seen, and I see this where you're not on auto ship, and I'm thinking, what are you thinking on here? Or you're not doing at least 60. You want to get that taken care of so you never have to think about it. But here's how this should really look. It should say yes, yes, and it should have that amount you're supposed to be doing if you are active in the business with this. So I wanted to show you the report. It's a great report. You get to it by going business. You go, oops, excuse me. You go business, you go reports, manage reports, and then you go to auto ship report right there. Very simple, very easy way to find that. You can pick your left or your right side. I had my left on there. I'll throw my right on there now. And it just gives you that idea, okay? So that's simple, easy way to use it. I hope that made sense as I showed you the report because I think it really it's one of the most valuable reports I've ever seen. It even shows the pull date on all the reports as we look at it. Tells whether active, whether it was declined, whether it was canceled, maybe because it missed a couple times in a row. Whatever it may be, it shows all of that. Now, the other thing I want to spend 1 second on was going to your auto ship and making sure you've got it set up right. So again, I'm under ordering. I go down to auto ship and I go to unfranchise auto ship. When I go to unfranchise auto ship, it's going to pull up and show me my auto ship, and then I'll go through and share that with you guys. So when you take a look, it says excess BV, IBV. Where do you have that going? For most people, and now it's obviously just going to be excess BV, you want that going typically into your own 002 or your own 003. And some people say, well, why don't you have that excess BV go down below into someone on your team that you've identified? Because you may forget about it. They may purge something. I always say put it in your own 2, your 3 later on, your 4, your 5. That's your just a little bit of extra BV you may have on there. Now you'll see mine says accrual protection. It's enabled. That's what I was talking about. You want to make sure you have that on there so that if for some reason I drop below 180, it'll actually double my order. Fine with me. I'd rather have that happen than flush. I try to always have 2 credit cards on file, or at least if you can do a credit card and a debit card. Why? In this day and age, a lot of times credit cards get compromised or you forget the expiration date. And when that happens, if you only have one on there, it won't go through. So you want to make sure if you can put 2 forms of payment on there and then you label them primary and secondary. By the way, you do that exact same thing in the auto renewal. Make sure you have 2. Then I go down. You can see I've got some things in the queue there, but more importantly, I've got my UFMS. Then I've got the products that I've got ordered for my next month's auto ship. And it goes down and it shows you as I scroll down, it says, okay, I've got 184 BV on my auto ship. Shows me what it's going to cost. I've got my UFMS on there. I don't have any IBV because there won't be IBV any longer. I go down, you always want to make sure you click, I have read, understand, and agree to terms on this when you do it, and then you click save and update pricing. That's how simple it is, team. I hope this all made sense. I don't want to make this a long video. Get on AutoShip. Be a part of the team, do it the right way, teach your people the right way, so that there's no mistakes made. Have a great business. It's an incredible growth time right now. I think a lot of you know that. So let's have a lot of fun. We're bringing on a lot of teammates and let's teach them the right way, because the key to ongoing income is your team doing well. All right. Take care. Have a great night. Bye-bye.